You know what I found out?
What?
You know how I said that I was losing weight?
Yeah.
You know that breast tissue holds like a pound and a half each? I just found that out and I was like, damn it, I thought I lost like...
Actual weight?
No, I just lost tissue. What's up guys, it's Jensen. Welcome back to my channel. I am 1 month post-op today. I'm super stoked. I'm going to talk about 3 things. I know my last videos have been very long, so I'm going to have you guys sit through maybe like 5 minutes, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So let's get started. I know you guys want to see my chest, and I just took my bandages off. So here it is. It looks kind of interesting from far away. I'll zoom in when I need to, I guess. So first thing is recovery, obviously. I will say that as far as bruising and swelling, I don't really have very much bruising left. The most bruising that I had was in this area when I showed you guys earlier, but that's pretty much fading. It's still there, like very slightly, but it's pretty much gone. The swelling, I have a good amount of swelling right at the end of this incision that I noticed like a few days ago, which is interesting. I don't know if the rest of the swelling went down enough for me to just notice this now. But yeah, it's like, it's weird because now I feel, well, I don't feel that. I don't feel like that area. It's like kind of numb, which I'm assuming has to do with the swelling that I have there. So yeah, it's a little tender, but no bruising. Everything's good. I might have some swelling like in these little upper areas. I can't tell if it's swelling or if it's just like fat. Either way, it doesn't look like abnormal, so I really can't tell. But pretty good on swelling and bruising, not doing too bad. I've seen other people's and it could be still pretty bruised and swollen, so I'm glad that I'm not. So let's talk about the incisions. So the right side originally was my worst side because of all the stuff that was happening with the blister and the drain and how swollen it was. It was just kind of my not super great side. But funny enough, this side is actually healed up quite nice as far as the incision and as far as pretty much everything. You can tell from right there that there's one black dot and then another black dot right here. Everything else is pretty much clear of scabbing, which is super nice. This whole chunk is like gone, which is nice. I do try to massage that area, but like it's not too bad. The scar's pretty like thin. It's getting red now because it's like starting to heal. That's expected. I'm not really too worried about it, but not all the scabbing has come off on either side. On my left side, there's a little bit more scabbing. Like I said in a previous video, it's not like falling off, it's like thinning out. I don't know why, but like that's what's happening. I have a little bit of scarring. It's not super thick like it was over here, but it's coming off. It's coming off quite nicely. I know that like most people would be using some kind of silicone treatment right now, or like the tape, and it sucks that I can't. I've really been wanting to, but I'm trying to be patient with everything and just tell myself that it's gonna happen when it happens, you know? So overall, my incisions have kind of sped up healing, as well as my nipples. I'm gonna show you guys zoomed in right now real quick. Okay, so these are my nipples. This is my right side. This is my incision. Looks way better, I think. The nipple still has a lot of scabbing, more so than I think a lot of people, which sucks, but it is what it is. Most of the scabbing on this side is around the edge, like where the stitches would be, and it's towards the bottom. The thing about this side is that you can see it right here. There's this little like extra scab. I guess I wouldn't call it really like a scab. It's like, I don't know if it's stretched or what. I don't think that's gonna go away though, and I'm not really sure what it is, and it bothers me because when I'm scab free, my nipple is gonna be like circle, and then like this little thing. But I'm trying to just let it heal and like see how much it really affects me, how much I dislike it. Right now it's just, my nipples aren't completely healed anyway, so like that stands out to me anyway. The left side right here, it looks darker on camera than it actually is. probably equivalent amount of scabbing has come off on this side than on my right side. But instead of having the scab be in the middle of the nipple, like this side is right here, it's only pretty much on the edges, which is fine. I mean, I don't really care. So the reason that I have like darker color here, I think you guys can tell, right, is because I have freckles, or like it's just getting to be like a darker skin tone. I have those in areas here, you just can't really tell. This is way more noticeable. So my nipple is getting a little bit darker, which would match my complexion. For some reason, a lot of videos that I see online, like their skin tone is white. At least a lot of the videos that pop up on my algorithm. So seeing somebody with my skin tone is like not super common, so I don't know what color the nipples could change into being. So I did freak out when I saw those at first because they started growing as far as like the circumference of the nipple. But I think it's just the color that my nipple is going to be, so it's really not too big of a deal. So going along with recovery, I don't have any swelling or bruising, or very much of it anyway, like I said earlier. But I think a lot of the swelling kind of became hard in some places, especially right here where it is a little bit more swollen. It's like harder. It's not skin. The skin is fine, but there's like a hard thing underneath. The best thing I can explain it is like the closer that you get to your kneecap, like not on your kneecap because that's obviously your bone, there's like very, very little fat, if any, but like right above it, it's like muscle and it's hard, but you can tell that the skin is soft, you know? That's what it feels like. That's the best way that I can explain it. I don't know if I did a good job. It doesn't really affect me too bad, but I do notice it because I'm starting to touch them a little bit more, get more acquainted with them. As far as what I'm doing to my chest right now, I am still putting on polysporin, although I'm not putting on gauze pads anymore. I'm putting on polysporin and then just putting a band-aid, like a big kind of horizontal band-aid on top. And that's it. I stopped wearing the ace bandage because it was irritating, like right here, and it's like 100 degrees where I'm at, so I just haven't been wearing it. As far as I'm aware, my doctor told me that it was just to protect the nipples, and my nipples, from what he told me, are almost done. So he said that I should only be putting polysporin on them for a few more days, but that was a week ago, so I'm really hoping that I'm able to kind of let them breathe and let them be naked. I'm super excited for that, but right now I still like that layer of protection, so I still like to put on the bandages. I haven't been doing that. Don't think that I've been doing that this whole time. I just started literally yesterday, so at 4 weeks exactly is when I stopped wearing stuff on my chest, and I think that works out for me. I think that's gonna work out. Today will be my second day, so we will see. Who knows? I could be doing this all wrong. Besides the irritation that the bandage was causing me, it was making me itchy, like on my back, and it would make me not walk properly. Like I can probably walk normally without it, and I would when I would be shirtless around my house, but when I would have it on, it just doesn't grip onto me that well, and I don't want to have it super tight because I'm not supposed to have it super tight. So it would end up making me walk like with my elbows locked in so that I would keep holding it up, you know? And I didn't need to do that, so I just decided to take it off. That's another reason. The incisions themselves have been getting a little bit dry because I haven't really been putting any like lotion on this part of my body. Like literally front and back, I haven't been putting lotion because I can't reach my back in those places, and I don't want to mess anything up here by having my skin absorb the lotion. But I did start putting Cetaphil moisturizer yesterday, or Cetaphil lotion, right on the areas of my scar that, actually no, I pretty much put it on the whole scar because it's almost scabbed off, just to keep it moist. I'm not like doing it twice a day. I just do it when I wake up, just to keep it moist because it's been dry. Yeah, I don't like that it's dry, so I just put that on. That's not by any means what I plan to do as far as scar treatment, but that's just what I'm doing right now till the scabs come off, till I can start my scar treatment. As far as movement, my movement's like 50%. I can lift it up here, I can lift it up here. Actually, no, I kind of cheated. There's just like pull here, more so on my left side because of the swelling or whatever it is. Then on my right side, I can go probably way higher. I still have a tendency to grab whatever side that I'm stretching to like prevent it from stretching. I don't know why, but it's like instinctive. Going forward, I can do that. Sleeping wise, because I have more movement, I'm able to sleep pretty close to lying down, pretty close to normal, but I still wake up with a tendency to like stretch my back like most people would normally do, but I can't do that because when I sleep laying down, I still sleep on my back and I don't really move around, so I sleep better. It's hard to say how sleeping has been because as much as it had been getting better, my schedule changed to where I work overnight. So my sleeping schedule has changed and it's just harder for me to sleep during the day. So it's kind of unfair, but I do sleep better when I'm able to sleep. Even if it's shorter amounts of time right now, because of my own personal schedule, it's ends up being much better sleep than I had 2-3 weeks ago, which is all that matters to me. Yesterday was the first day that I slept kind of on my side for a second. My left side was uncomfortable because of the swelling, I realized, and then I switched to my right side and I was so comfy, but I did not move. Like I kind of stayed like rock solid on the right side and I didn't stay there for that long, and I probably wouldn't do it again, but at the moment I thought that I could and I was able to with no issues. I just wouldn't start sleeping casually on my side, I don't think yet. Yesterday was kind of a first for a lot of things because I also put on a t-shirt for the first time by myself. It was really hard and I almost thought that I wasn't able to do it, but what was harder is trying to take the t-shirt off. It's almost similar to when you're trying to take off a binder for the first time, like the kind of like struggle that you do with your arms and like you think you're stuck and somebody might have to help you. That's where I was at, but I was able to get it off. I might have stretched those t-shirts, but I was able to do it just fine. So I'm gonna wear a t-shirt today, see how that goes. Lately, I've been more excited to like take photos shirtless or like with an open shirt or something, even if I have the gauze pads on, which is nice. I think I'm just getting more comfortable with how they look because they did look gross. They still kind of look gross if you look really closely to them, but it's nothing that I don't think is like normal or that I don't think is appropriate or okay to show. So I'm super stoked. I have like a camera roll full of photos of me shirtless outside that I take that may or may not be posted, probably won't be. I just think I look good, which is cool. I don't know how 2 months is gonna go. I'm really excited to see how the next month progresses because the last 2 weeks have progressed so much. And I think I'm healing or at least seeing improvement in like 2-week increments. The first 2 weeks were like not that great. The most recent 2 weeks sped up a lot. And I don't think my healing is gonna speed up even more so in these next 2 weeks. But what I'm saying is that the next 2 weeks can potentially have something new happen that I just wasn't expecting or I didn't know or I didn't think of happening in these last 2 weeks of the first month. So I think it's more gonna be me just getting comfortable going back to normal, especially because I'm taking off my bandages and soon I will not be wearing anything over my nipples, which is great. My 6-week checkup with Dr. Youssef is in 2 weeks, so hopefully I get cleared to do something. I'm not really sure what I would be cleared to do. I don't even know if I would feel comfortable doing anything excessive, so I'm trying to listen to my body a lot right now because I haven't seen him since my 1 week. So it's been 5 weeks that I haven't seen a doctor. I have been like messaging him and I have spoken to the nurse and whatnot, but I haven't seen him, so it's a different thing. He hasn't seen this, he hasn't seen what's going on. After that, I'm even more curious how the next 2 weeks are gonna go, which is like the last time period of month 2. So yeah, I think the second month is just gonna be me trying to figure out how to go back to normal, how to move normally, how to like function more normally. Because I've been a little bit robotic and a little bit like protective of my chest in the last few days, which is normal. It's nothing like crazy. I'm just like, I'll hug people, but I'll hug them with my hand over my chest, or I kind of like do one of these and they kind of just hug me. I haven't really been posting much on any social media lately because I've just been like kind of chilling with my chest and I don't want to update you guys on anything that doesn't need to be updated on. If you guys have questions, you can always message me on Instagram. That's where a lot of you message me. Other than that, guys, my social media is down here. Give me a follow if you want to see my second month update. And yeah, I'll see you soon.